Habla, hey. So, I'm starting a new video now to read finally the end of the article about Lucis Trust. Not the end of the article actually, but the article. Um, you see that I've been making myself a little pretty. Um, Actually, I'm not sure my makeup is that fine, but it's enough. It's enough. I have been remaking my sides as well. It's like I don't know which one is best because it's two different ways of cutting it, and um, I did that when I was on the seaside first with a shave, and I had to let my hair grow because my Philips shit the shithead of Philips made my shaver be stolen, so I couldn't shave anymore. Fortunately, I can. My regrowth is slow, so that was fine. And yeah, so I've done that, and directly after, perhaps like 1 day or 2 days after, I saw or perhaps a couple of days after, I'm not sure. I saw a picture of Elon Musk, having like a round undercut like this on the ear, and I was like, I felt desperate for him, you know. I felt like, shit, really. Like you have to run on the same haircut than me, and it's not even the same haircut. Whatever. It's when you understand that people are really on top of shit, you know. So I have been making my eyes because it's been quite some time. And this top is, I told you in the article to call my mom, Florence Ravel. And yeah, the top is for me. It's a bit like I have too much boobs, so it's a bit like. But if you take it's a bit short, I should like take like I should have had like the one uh the size 4 because it's M. I should have taken L therefore. But like actually it's fine. It's enough. It's enough. Yeah, it's Elora. It's normally 69 euros, and with the minus 40, it's like what? Percent is around 40 euros, perhaps now. It's like it's prêt-à-porter. It's a bit like between uh, luxury and normal clothing, you know. So yeah, call her. Go check her Facebook group, Florence Elora, Florence Elora, and you'll get some beautiful stuff like this. This is detailing it's not regular. It's like I don't know. I don't have the word in English because I've never been selling clothing in English. You know, I sold it in French. It looks comfy. It's so comfy. It's a bit. It's not rough, you know, but it's between soft and a bit like more like you know, like this vegetables material. So it's enough. It's enough. It's hot, between hot and it's a bit thick but thin. I guess that you feel a bit of the wind, so you can put a jacket on. You know, you're not feeling too hot. You're not feeling too hot. You can put a jacket on. In summer, it's perfect, I guess. In Normandy, it's perfect because we have rain. We have clouds. These are hard clouds right here. So I'm gonna go to search for the article right now and read it. I'm doing this because I have to promote the business of my mother and some products that are not from my line of product because they steal my money right now. They steal my incomes. So I'm like, go give money to mom, and mom can give money to me. She's been threatened. They almost got in an accident in the mountains, so she deserves. Go support her to support me. If like we are working into having products that aren't killing you, so support us. And go take an appointment and spend bananas on it, at least 5K. If you're a Satanist, spend 6,660 euros, 6,660 euros. Okay, just for one meeting, and then we're gonna kill more people thanks to your money. We're gonna make them think seriously about the mistake they've done. Okay, that's Satanist. You cannot go against this. That's money, de l'argent. So let's go. I started already to make an analysis of this, and I think I'm going to repeat myself a little for the one who's been seeing the article already, the previous video already, or who has been looking through my eyes, and therefore will have some type of redundancy of information right now, which is illegal, by the way, to look through my eyes. Even if it's been like this forever, it's illegal. You're gonna be judged for it, so it's like, you know what's up. So this is it. Light and shadow, and a comprehensive analysis of the Lucis Trust. Introduction. The Lucis Trust stands as one of the most significant yet profoundly enigmatic organizations in the landscape of the 20th century Western esotericism. So esotericism is spirituality. It's a different trend of spirituality. It's a new age religion, so to say. Esotericism, Western esotericism. So it belongs to the Aquarius conspiracy. And what I think about the Aquarius conspiracy is that, like, for instance, you have like the art of manifesting, you know, like the power of attraction. So to say, they say that you manifest from the quantum field, you can imagine, visualize what you want and how you want it, and therefore it attracts it to you. But I think that this might be related to the mind control and the matrix, which is that this might be some code. The more you train your mind through these codes, the more the matrix prioritize your vision or something like this, you know, and bring it to you. Do some algorithmic calculation to influence everyone so that you will get what you need, what you want. It's like a priority of order, perhaps, of some sort. Um, or it's just something to give to the or it's something for to give to the royalty, to the Illuminati, what they need, what they want. Like it's supposed to be the art of manifesting. So then there is a layer of explanation with quantum physics, which is a quantum of parallel universes somehow. What you It states that what is visualized in your mind already exists somewhere, and so then it's just about attracting this vibrational layer to your own vibrational realm, which is reality. And reality is a blend of frequencies as well. If you take a look um, at my research around the article on mind control and Nikola Tesla research, you see that at some point, perhaps on the third pages, and it's in the folder Pictures of Dreams, you see that there is um, a sheet where I put all the frequency ranges, all the frequency range, and there I don't know if the numbers are right because I haven't encountered some other type of material where the the numbers were not the same as the one that I've met in this book of physics. It's like physics, physics in this academic book of physics for high school. So it's a high school program in Spain, which is similar to the one in France, by the way. It looks like that we are going through the same type of program, studying the same type of things. And in two different books of physics that I read from the same with the same author as reference, I find some links with neurology and some pictures of cables. So of cables like the round that you see around around the cables around the pillaries for the electricity, like you have like some circles, like in glass, this type of stuff. And it looks like what Tesla has done, the machines of Tesla, to for wireless electricity. And so basically the underlying message is what you read here is information that serve for harp and mind control. So yeah, in one, like, there is an article of the University of Washington, I think, at the beginning of the chapter that is about electromagnetism or induction resistance and stuff like that. So this is the ground knowledge that allows you to understand the basis of the technology that is behind mind control. Um, it doesn't seem to be that complicated on the basis, but it's more complicated perhaps in the calculations, like surely in the calculations to see the interactions of all the bandwidth of frequencies of the light, of what we see, of the 5G, of the 4G, of the radio frequencies, for the radio, of the magnetic fields from the earth, of the frequencies that are emitted by all the gears that are around us at all times, the computers, the screens of the TVs, the routers, the electrical circuits that are running through everywhere. And it's like all the cables are um, ways to extend the control on the electromagnetic modulations. But then with the satellites and so on, with the 5G, and it's possible to, as well with the photons, so the light frequency, X-rays and shit, it's possible to modulate everything with more ease. And yeah, we're surrounded by devices all around us that are propagating um, frequencies, which, and everything is controlled by an underlying system. Absolutely everything, to then modulate all the signals and frequencies with more accuracy, and control the our minds with more accuracy. So to give you therefore less freedom, and give more power, so to say, control to the Illuminati, because the point is for you to be slaves to what we want to do, so that you wouldn't create too much turmoil and disturbances against our plans. The utmost thing being commanding you to die, for instance, against our command, which is, it's a death cult. So everything is around death. So I guess that the main point is to be able to force compliance, and to make to come and killing yourself, to kill, and then we command you to kill, to yeah, that could be as well. I have seen some like a girl of 12 years old who, in Normandy, who like in the hand of her mother, I think, stab her in her head, in her hand. And I've got these moments where I'm just like angry, and I'm like doing the, like, lashing out. So I guess that they've trained as well the system on me, because I can survive everything, so that the technology has been tremendously improved, thanks to me, which is a danger for humanity, considering what they are doing with it. Like, I've had nanotechnology running through my body to improve the feedback on what was going on with the tech, the impact of the tech on my physiology, of my bioinformation, so that they would hone much more, like control much more what I'm going through, what I'm doing. And the ultimate game was to take advantage of me in that matter, and then dispose of me, which is for them a proof of power. Like human resources, just resource. It's like fuel, we are just resource. We are energy, and energy can be harvested. But then, it's like, apparently I'm here as a celestial princess and prince to just say that this is my technology, and that this is my planet, and that this planet is also technology, and that they have been using it in the wrong way, that it is not how it is supposed to be used, and so therefore that they have to stop, and so and that they have no other choice but to stop, that no matter what they have to stop. And then um, they are stopping right now because it's not only about me ordering to stop, it's about me belonging to a movement of resistance to this degenerescence, and arriving to be the tipping point to flip everything. It has already started the minute they wanted to put in motion the my execution. So, and even before, it started before, when I created Stalk Yourself. So it's like I can't imagine that you can seriously think that a species can fight against all the ones that are billion years old, beyond, yeah, that are way like older than us. Like I can't imagine. Like just thinking that I can do so, and then be like, oh, we're gonna kill their prince. Can you imagine? Their princess. We're gonna kill their princess. They incarnated someone here of their royal streamline, and we're gonna harvest the energy. I'm like, how can you do this? It's not even do this. It's like think that it's seriously possible. It's like you must have lost really like touch with reality, not with common sense. It's not because it's common of the commoner that it's the that it doesn't mean that there is power in it. you know Anyway, so that was the first sentence about esotericism and the Aquarius conspiration. So all about frequencies, quantum fields, where your frequencies are, your parallel universes are, where it's supposed to be all possible. So the more you imagine of alternate realities where you have all you desire, the more those fields are coming to you, you know. And I suspect as well that they are trying to harvest the energy of people that have been creating a lot of alternate realities with lots of money, lots of power, um, uh, lots of the good stuff, supposedly, so that lots of abundance, so that when they kill that person, they also harvest all the field of potential fields that have been created and associated to the entity that they have been killing, and so that they could channel it to themselves. I suspect that there is something like this, like plugging some energy. It's like there is all your ideas, all your realm of creation. So this is you, and then you create all this universe of you. This is you, and then if someone here kills you, then all this realm of creation, like all this energy, needs to be channeled by something in this reality. And so I imagine that they are plugging everything, and that it supercharge their own uh, parallel universes of potentialities. I guess that this is how they think about it. And same for the destiny swap, um, sacrificial practice. Destiny swap is like, like slap body swap. It's like you have two people and you swap the destiny. And so I guess that with the destiny swap, uh, you have like one person that is killed, and then the destiny will be plugged to the one of the person, where the soul energy would be confusing the dead energy. So will be attracted to the anchor point. It's like gravitational point. It's like your destiny gravitates around your energy. There is a certain type of signature. Um, and the more you gravitate around that person with that energy signature, the more you do stuff like that person, the more you are identical to that person, the more the destiny energy of that gravitational point is confusing with the signature of the duplicate here. And so from there on, it's like vampirism, like practice. Basically, it's like it's not yours, but you want to steal it. A scene. And so when you're dead, then if you have like several person that have done like same type of stuff than you, then the energy is splitted around the gravitational point. The more you do, you are similar to the initial gravitational point, the more you are draining some of this destiny energy. And this destiny energy is magnetically attracted to the one that is the more compatible to yeah, that is the more compatible with the deceased. And so this is where supposedly you have like a swap, because the destiny will be attracted to, would want to remain alive, right? That makes sense. So the priority of a death and life is like the destiny wants to remain alive. And so you catch the destiny of the person, of your target, and you sacrifice your own initial destiny. So it's double sacrificing. um and yeah, and then without having to do anything, so mediocrity, you don't have to work for it, but to imitate the initial target, then you're supposed to still to take their own destiny for yourself. And so this is why I have been placed around some people, so that they be able to gain my likings, to fall in love potentially with them, so that when I would, when my energy would be gone, when I would be gone, when my essence would leave this plane of existence, um, I would be pleased to, my destiny would go towards the person that I loved the most while I had been alive. This is when this is sick. It's like I have been surrounded by people from Satanist bloodlines, uh, best friends, so that I would fall in love with them, and so that when I would die, they would take over my destiny, because my destiny would be attracted to them, to love, basically, to the one I love most, instead of the one imitating me most or knowing more about me, you know. Because meanwhile, because they have been my friends for so long, they would know me, and so they would know what my destiny or soul or my essence would be more pleased with. It's like studying me the entire time by just being in my surrounding, like, and then like the energy as well, like there is a blend of energy that's supposed to be happening. The more I spend time with them, the more their own energy is switching, and being more similar to mine, so more in the ability to host my energy, my destiny, you know. And so you have Baptiste Contour, who has been my one of my best friends. You have Elise Basset, who has been one of my best friends as well. Elise Basset was a candidate, definite candidate. Baptiste as well, I have been told. And yeah, then for the rest, I don't know. I cannot say. That is to say that some of the people of my past I won't see anymore, and I don't wish them well. So yeah, there you have it. The Destiny Swap candidates. Then there is a lot of shit about sacrificing more people so that the dark energy would call upon the um, my light energy, something like this, and would just channel with more strength their um, the my destiny, and so that they would like just go there, so that my essence or destiny would go there. So this is why as well you have some companies doing exactly the same as me, reproducing my work exactly as me, as what I do, so that my empire, success, blah, power of creation, civilizational power of creation would go to their own business, so that they would be the one of immense success. But that was just sweet candies with poison in it, and now it's all recorded and will be exposed to the public. Um, they've been caught, and I've been looking a picture of my great grandma who's been killed at the age of 90 years old. Uh, she turned 90. 9 plus 0 equal 9, so it's the a figure of completion of cycles. And so this is a perfect moment to harvest the energy at the end of the cycle, so that it will be given to someone else, it will be channeled to someone else, uh, perhaps me or somebody else. And so she has been sacrificed as well, like my grandma, like my granddad, like some of my cats, like she didn't, like, there is a neighbor, she didn't liberate my cat yet, so I guess I'm gonna fuck her up. I'm gonna humiliate her, and I'm gonna continue to humiliate her, and the order to kill is still up. And so I guess she's gonna be killed at the most opportunistic moment, when it's gonna serve me most. So that's it. You don't kill my cats. You don't think you're above everything. You don't think you can get away with taking from me anything. So yeah, my great grandma. I look super cute when I was young. Whoa. Like, wow. I guess if you're a pedophile, I was like the perfect target. Wow. So beautiful. And so I have been protected from that. And um I think because it's like sometimes when I sleep I don't wake up, so I think I have been protected from this. So I have been protected. And my great grandma, she's looking a bit like this, like a bit like devious, a bit like she's a bit like, watch out, you know. It's like I know what's up. I know what's up, and I'm just behind her. She's on her chair, and I'm just behind her, like, and she's like this, a bit like devious, like I know. And you see like some evilness in her eyes. You see that she's been doing shit, that she knows shit, and that I am under her protection, and that therefore I am a no limit. It's like I'm gonna show you. I'm surrounded by a matriarchal it's super Jew type of shit, but I am we are Christian, so perhaps it's a lie. You see how she looks? You have my grandma. My grandma here died before her 60s, 70, 57 or something like this. Died at 90. My aunt, my mom, me, and her being like, wait, because I don't want to move. Look, you can't really see. But in her eyes, she's like, nope. And there you see, here was my mom, me swimming when I was getting national, But they fucked with that. Up. And I get that the rock guitar is saying that I am a Rockefeller because I'm supposed to be from old bloodlines as well. So one sentence, huh? Because it pisses me off that I cannot finish what I started. So at this rhythm, I'm gonna do the introduction right now plus the part 1, and then I'm gonna do another video for the part 2 because this is way too slow. It's like I can do it. It's 4 pages. I just shut it and that's it. So incorporated in 1922, it presents itself to the world as a non-profit service organization dedicated to fostering spiritual evolution and establishing right human relations through education and meditation. Right human relations. Right human relations. Oh, I'm gonna kill you, Will. Smokescreen, obviously. Its stated mission is to promote a new and better way of life based on the fulfillment of a divine plan for humanity. However, this internal identity exists in stark tension with a parallel public perception that casts the Lucis trust, as a central node in sinister global conspiracies, often linked to Luciferianism and the implementation of a totalitarian new world order. So totalitarian, you can imagine, It's like I am becoming a bit of a dictator. And I'm like, take your meds right now. Think about it. Take your meds. Relax. Take your meds. Please. Please, 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 please take your pills. You aren't well. I am Archangel Raphael, the one of education, protecting the youth and offspring, guidance of the traveler, guidance of the mentally sick. And I'm telling you, take your pills. Pills. It's easy. Take your pills. It's easy. So you're gonna find absolution, because normally when an archangel kills you, you find absolution. Okay, so for all your crimes, you're not gonna find absolution if you sin that way, with the suicide. Okay, that was the psychopathic I am Satanist moment. Like this video is gonna have 100k views, okay? Because there is death in it. So to produce a comprehensive analysis of the Lucis trust, one must navigate the deep chiasm between these two narratives, the esoteric self-definition and the exoteric critical interpretation. Yeah, basically it's like the darkest shit we're doing, the more good we do on the surface. This is it. This is why the foundations are just a smoke screen for really dark shit. It's like the more you give away for free, the more darkness you've done to find supposedly balance. Except that for me, for instance, this principle of compensation, because this is in alchemy, so magic from Egypt, it is a principle of balance, so neutrality, meaning that as above so below, reversing the energies. The more positive you do, the more negative you're supposed to do to find a balance there. Otherwise it's imbalance and it's unstable, and perhaps this is the point. But the thing is that if you're into like some type of instability in the negative, which is happening right now, it's bound to bounce back in the positive. And I suppose that this is something that we're taking advantage of right now, supposedly. Because for me it's like there is a principle of relativity as well that enters back then. But the thing is that the counter argument would be to that they are going too much in the negative, and that in relativity the positive has become negative, and that therefore normally we are supposed to find a balance which is in the negative. But this is not the case.
Or perhaps when you push up, then the contrast remains, and so it's calling for a balance that is upper than the one where the status quo, where the gravity point is, gravitational point is. And so a type of manufactured lower negative gravitational point that is bound to come back to a point of stability that is at another frequency with more positive frequency bandwidth that is more positive. There are still some limits to that type of reasoning, because normally you can still find balance when the plane is not perfectly homogeneous. Anyway, so understanding the organization of the Lucis Trust, yeah, requires a careful destruction of its origins in deconstruction, sorry, of its origins in the Theosophical movement, the pivotal roles of its founders, Alice and Foster Bailey, and the core tenets of its voluminous spiritual teachings. It also necessitates a direct and objective examination of the controversies that have defined its public, most notably, notably most notably its original publishing name, its association with the United Nations, and its use of terminology that has fueled scholarly, that had fueled decades of conspirational speculation. This report will approach the subject from a scholarly, non-partisan perspective, analyzing the points at which the trust internal and external narratives diverge and intersect, seeking to illuminate the history, structure, and influence of this complex controversial entity. Part one. I have nothing to add like this, but on this. But I know that there is a painting of Guernica in the entrance of the United Nation, and that it's just chaos. It's just an expression of chaos, and this means that like Guernica, it's like it's war, right? And so this message to say that the United Nations are a tool to spread chaos. And you can see it as well on LinkedIn. They have several branches of um, their branding is not uniform, like their content is not uniform, so it's like an expression of chaos as well. It's a subtle message to say that the United Nations aren't really about unification of all nations, but much more about a chaotic tool used by the Illuminati to spread more terror somehow, or participate in an agenda in which humanity would be sacrificed. So, to harvest energy to bring hell and Satan back to on Earth. Satan on Earth. Um, or something equivalent. Gutierrez. It's someone from my bloodline, the Goulier, the Gould, because Gould is like good. It's like as well in French, if you snap the L and D, because we can snap it in the pronunciation, it makes goût. And so when we say goût, then it means taste, and I know it comes from good. Good. So taste. Schmeckt. Schmidt. Oh. So Smith. Oh, interesting. Okay. Um, taste. The goût, taste. So surely links to smell as well. So cooking, we are supposed to be master cooks in charge of the cooking. So perhaps as well, all that's linked to cannibalism practices and shit like that. It's supposed to be us being in charge of such um, practice or networks or organization or part of the chaotic system or the satanic system. It makes sense in the name, and so then good. So yeah, it's like good. It's the same as could, but it's instead of a G, it's a C. So good. So then from good, you have in Spanish bueno, you have in French bon, which make in German Bonn. So the city of Bonn um, is one city of my bloodline uh, from the side of my father, the main bloodline from the side of my father. But boom is and good is also gut, gut in German, and so from gut is like gut in Spanish. So Gutierrez then Gutierrez, Gutierrez, and so the person at the top of like it's a declination of gut, and so of good of gold, and so gold guild as well. So I suppose that this is a Celtic thing, like we're more like Druidic, perhaps around that bloodline. Celtic, so witchcraft as well, perhaps. All sacrificial practices, much more according to with examination of the um, the astrological planes, supposedly. Um, and so at the top of the United Nations right now is someone of my second bloodline, the good, Gulihi, um, Gohi, and I suppose that the Sise as well are from that bloodline. So I have generals of army in my bloodline in Africa. So Cameroon and Senegal apparently. So we know war. Um, okay, so United Nations. It seems to be quite something about around there. Like I have been told that they are part of the conspiracy quite early in the thread of revelations. So they are like, and I have been dragged around that institution as well to observe it, to become a fan of it, to become like a fervent follower, and to be like, oh yeah, right behind you. So it means that I was studying quite a bit what they were doing, the way they were arranging everything. It's like that was observation, like supportive observation. Like, oh, I don't know, I love you, your work, blah. And then it's like, oh, I see what you do. This is amazing. And in the end of the day, with that love that I have been pouring into, love and energy that I have been pouring into their dark scheme, this entity of their dark scheme, I have been observing how they are working. That was observation, so I know a little about them. So this is how I noticed as well that the it's like, like Illuminati is like a triangle, and there is a round, a circle. The circle is like the circle in which they put themselves, with lights, with candles around to drag the energy of the body that is under them. So there is a dead body here. You have a circle of light. You have like some markings from Enochian magic, that is on top. Enochian magic. It's apparently William Sinclair that have been exporting this to the UK, and in the 17th century or 16th century. So one of my ancestors, and since then, this language and magic is the one that has been used for the blood ritual sacrifices. So it means that if there is something that is hidden in it, and taking and giving energy to one bloodline, that it will be secretly harvesting energy to us, toward us, allegedly. If I was a conspirator, this is how I would go about it. Like it should be like a tax. Like I bring you knowledge, but with this knowledge, um, you have to pay me back, right? It's like, and I know that you're a fucker, so I know that you won't pay me back, so I'm taking a tax on all the harvesting anyway, anyhow. I'm not asking you consent, because we're not asking consent. We are stealing from each other, um, and we are killing each other. So I would protect myself by giving you some secret knowledge, some secret type of things that I have been studying that I know perfectly, and in which I will take my own my own part all the time that we use the magic is used, so that it would defend myself. Like I won't give anything for free to my enemy, right? So I will protect myself. And so since 5 centuries now, everyone is mainly using, I suspect, is mainly using this type of magic. And perhaps this is why you have like several groups to type of magic to avoid uh giving too much energy to one side. But like we are as well in witchcraft, we are as well in Celtic practices, we are as well in voodoo, we are a bit like everywhere, like I am as well in the branch of or like shamanism, you know. So we're a bit everywhere. We know a bit everything, which is the point as well. Like diversity. Like we know perfectly that diversity is one key of success, of power. So, um, yeah, it's like, why do you think that I am from the continent, the African continent, and the European one? Like the origin, and then like the old continent blended together. That should tell you something. Um, so why am I here? It's like I'm delivering so much information all the time, connecting so many things all the time, that it's like the density of information that is passing through me is like, it's such a high relevance all the time, and high density all the time, that for me it's a bit hard not to tell it to you. What do you think? It's like, it's interesting, right? So then, I don't know if I made a point or not, if I said what I wanted to say. The United Nations observation, Gutierrez, that is a good, a gulihi. So yeah, I should say that Gutierrez is a gulihi, because on the ancestry, we are more like Arabic African than European. And good Gould is more European. So Gould is actually a Gulihi from the Gulihi bloodline. This is more accurate, but like it should be coming from somewhere else, perhaps. Where does that come from? I don't know. I know that Ravel is Levi. He's Levi, so supposedly I am supposed to as well be a declination of that ancestry line, since we seems to have been at the root of everything. um and I don't know if releasing that information is dangerous for our bloodline as well or not. I guess yes and no. It's like this, my allies can fuck with the part of the rebels that aren't falling into line under my command, and at the same time, I guess that it's only empowering some part of the rebels, dormant rebels that didn't know about like their ancestry, and that is therefore giving them part of the power and the ability to support me. And I guess at the same time that uh, it's like if we are like the bloodline that is at the root of everything, it means that there are some defense mechanisms that are already put in place to counteract in case of having the secrets uh, revealed to the world. It's like revelation is part of our power, so that's not supposed to be anything that's too disturbing to us. It's like we are about secrecy, we're defining everything into secrecy, but as well, it's like bringing darkness to light. It's one of our powers, so it's like there is no suppose. It's not supposed to be anything that is harmful to us, and if anything, it's only empowering us. So I guess that's all right on a strategic, tactical uh, level, because it's like I don't know if that's all true, um, but I still comply to some extent to the framework. It's like it's safety, some type of safety measure. I imagine it's better, like just in case, to participate at least a little in the framework to still get bit advantage of it. Like if so much effort has been put into it, perhaps there is something real in it. So perhaps I'm like still like enlarging my scope to be able to have like all the supposedly energy thread source of power coming to me. And I'm versatile, so there is no problem with for me to jump from one framework to the other. I have a holistic type of view, and I'm like the more I explore, the more I assume that things are real, the more I can embrace this type of perception and reality and framework of operation to then navigate the space in a type of middle point where everything is aligning, so that I would take advantage of all the probabilistic source of energy, and then like I'm just gravitating in the point where I feel that it's more likely to be, like for instance, my words are an extreme source of power. Knowledge is power, information is power. So the more I talk, the more I receive information as well for myself, because there are some people in the back that are providing me information in some sort of revelation and connections and shit like that. So the more I reveal, the more I know as well, and the more from that knowledge point I can take enlightened decisions, and I can fight back against my enemy. So right now, I'm just increasing my power, no matter what. So, part one, the genesis of the Lucis Trust, founders and foundations. The emergence of the Lucis Trust cannot be understood apart from the biographical trajectories of its founders and the ideological environment of the early 20th century esotericism. The organization was forged in the crucible of personal spiritual crisis, organizational schism, and the fusion of charismatic revelation with structured institutional ambition. What are you saying here? The genesis of the trust of the Lucis Trust, founders and foundations. So the origin, the OG story. So emergence. This is something that I've been thinking a lot. Emergence, principle of emergence, notably with emotional support. Um, and this is something that Darwin as well is talking about in the supposedly talking about in his body of work about evolution. It's like at some point there is a threshold beyond which something else emerge, an evolution emerge, and this is what I'm thinking as well with my content and my doctrine, my frame of reference about emotional support, about emotional developing emotional intelligence, about growth, and so on. It's like the more people have been revolving around growth, around emotional support, around care, and so on, which has been happening, the more it's calling upon um, the emergence of an evolution. And so this is how targeting me has been as well plotting in the emergence of this new world. So the new world order, like the alternative new world order, not the new world as in the US. The US was called the New World, and there you have lots of satanism going on. So yeah, basically, it's like stealing the steel. This is what we've done. We've been stealing the steel. So everyone has been plotting with or without their consent into bringing the emergence of a new world. So then you can say that you plot for the new world order, but people wouldn't know which one you are plotting for. This is cool, right? There are two of them. So the emergence of the Lucis Trust cannot be understood apart of the biographical trajectories of its founder in the ideological environment of the early 19th century esotericism. So, yeah, you need to understand the context, which ideas were dominantly spread in the early 20th century. And you need to understand the story, the life story of the founders of the Lucis Trust to understand the where it comes from. The organization was forged in the crucible of personal spiritual crisis, organizational schism, and the fusion of charismatic revelation with structured institutional ambition. So there, it's said in a well-blurred manner that um, it could be like what's happening to me right now, which is a way to blur lines to confuse you in a devious manner so that you would get, for instance, paranoid about me and antagonize me. This is building a bridge from where I am right now, supposedly to channel the energy toward the advantage. It's building some type of association, but perhaps this is the truth. But I don't know. I can't tell because I know that they have been forgery. You know, like, and they're like, this organization was forged. So then, like, this is a cue to say this is forgery. This is not true. This is not what's happening. It's like the story has been under forgery. Like, has been like there has been a scene here. It's been forgery. It's been manufactured. So this is not true. Perhaps there is a hint of truth in there, clues of truth, like crucible. Crucible is like crucifix, for instance. So of personal spiritual crisis, so something related to Christianity, perhaps, and some personal spiritual crisis, so like a crisis of belief, you know, um, which has been my case, which is somehow still the case, because I see that everything is tool of war. You know, it's everything is tools has been used to all the religions, all the framework of spirituality, like esotericism, has been used as a foundation to nurture evil. So that has been made, created, supposedly, as we know it right now, as I know it and as I see it right now, as a way to um, bring evil on earth, which might not be the truth, the entirety of what has really been happening. Yet, I have seen so much forgery around to mold, to change my what has been done into something that's closer to my experience of life, because I'm supposed to be a god. I'm supposed to be in a high energy point, or I don't know. I don't care. To that point, I just care to find the right information, the information as it was, which is which has been used as a tool of war to mask what has really been happening, so that I wouldn't be able to get a right footing, to have to meet the right kind of information, and to find power through knowledge with it. Because remember that I am as well a representation of Apollo, and Apollo is a god of art, of music, of theater. Theater is more Dionysus, actually, I think, or perhaps both of them, and as well a god of knowledge. Apollo is as well a god of knowledge. And so, since I am supposed to be a representation, an ersatz, an artifact of the power of Apollo, if not Apollo itself, I represent a type of energy that is empowered by knowledge and that can heal through knowledge. This might be why, as well, I healed from burnout by reading more. So, like, there is myth, reality, and then it's like it's all about, you got to know where to stand. It's like the more information you meet, the more you know how to, the more you cross reference the information and you see where people are more agreeing, like where they agree more, so where it's most probably what's happening. And then if you know what the people were about, you understand their biases, you understand if they've been lying a lot, if they've been what they've been lying about most. Yeah, this is why it's important to as well understand a bit of the history of the person prodding the information that you have, that you are meeting, so that you would see how they think as well and understand better what they mean. So what they could mean, what they could hide as well behind some use of words, some certain some allegories that are used and stuff like that. Like you can understand better like what the underneath knowledge that is hidden behind the surface knowledge. And with me, it's much more complex than just knowing my own experience, because now with mind control, you can as well have other people being disseminating hidden type of knowledge through my work, right? I can be influenced that way. And so knowing me is not only the it's not the only thing right now that matters, because I am at the at the top of an entire structure that has been running for centuries, millennia. So it's much more than me to condense body of work that echoes within other people at the top as well. And so then it's like it's a blend of several personal stories, right? Because they've been stalking me. So and then they would be like, yes, I never think about that. No, you don't. What happens to me? Um, Organizational schism. So splits, dichotomy. It's a schism. It's an X. Schism. So it's like, what does mean schism? Hmm. Okay, so it's not dichotomy. It's I can see as such to some extent, but like it's a rupture. So it's like it arrives at the end of a movement, basically, of an organizational movement. So there is a some type of clash, some type of conflict, organizational conflict, which is happening right now. So here there is as well a cue that is saying, as while twisting the facts, it gives another indication. It says now there is a conflict within the organization, within the Illuminati, and there is a rupture, as a schism, a stop, a fissura, a fissure, a it's exploding. It's eroded, exploding, and there is a part of the structure that is collapsing, basically, while another one is taking over. So the fusion of charismatic revelation with structured, and the fusion of charismatic revelation. So charismatic, I am charismatic. Revelation, I reveal stuff with structured institutional ambition. So now what I'm going through is like it's structured, and it's has some institutional ambitions. So then it describes what's happening right now, right? And at the same time, it might be revealing as well what happened back then. I have no clue about what happened back then. I just know that they don't want me to know the entire truth, and that they still want me to know some type of truth. So this is where then you need to analyze, perhaps overinterpret, interpret, overanalyze, give more meaning than there is to absolutely everything, so that at some point you would perhaps meet some type of information that would corroborate, that would reinforce what you've been knowing already, what you knew. And so, um, what you knew. And then the more information you know, you meet that the more stable the information is, or is perceived to you, uh, the less corrupted it becomes, the more integrity you find in the piece of information, of some pieces of information. And then, like, you can broaden your interpretation field, so your vision of what could have been happening, why it could have been happening that way, how it could have been happening, um, what is it, and um, where it comes from, where does it goes, which people are where did it happen, which people are participating in the thing, all that. Then it all becomes clearer step by step. So we're on the part one. I'm giving you keys right now to understand the entire body of work that has been put in motion by us, the Illuminati being the dark ones or the lightful ones, the the degenerative or the regenerative ones. I don't know if Illuminati is gonna stay. Is gonna stay. Is gonna keep this. Uh, the word this is gonna remain Illuminati. I don't know. Oh, I have seen someone in my dream with these triple E on top and below. I remember my dreams now. This is cool. Okay, so whew, the spiritual odyssey of Alice A. Bailey. So the odyssey of Alice is something that is Revel. So here we get a reference again to Revel. So I don't know if Bailey is from our bloodline. I just know that here once again they are using reference to the kings of them all, the rebels, since and I take this as a mark of respect, of acknowledgement. It's like I'm a bit too acknowledged right now, but whatever. It's like, can you acknowledge a little more somebody else? Can you acknowledge me less? Acknowledge me less, please. Because I'm seeing myself everywhere. It's a bit too much. Show me of yourself. Look, I know this about you. Okay. Then perhaps you want to think more. So, the spiritual odyssey of Alice A. Bailey. The life of Alice and Latrobe, Batman, 1880 1949, represents a remarkable journey from the heart of the British establishment to the vanguard of Western occultism. Born into a wealthy conservative Anglican family, she described her youth as privileged yet emotionally turbulent, marked by a morbid introspection and two suicide attempts by the end of 16 by the age of 16. So she was not feeling well. She wasn't stable. A conservative Anglican family. Anglican. It looks like a bit like this, right? How did that sound? Very satanic, or from the heart of the British establishment to the vanguard of Western occultism. Vanguard, they use vanguard because I was reading a lot La Vanguardia. La Vanguardia, the Vanguardia. Guardian, the Vanguardia. Ah, probably they are belonging. It's two newspapers coming from the same group, and it's like Vanguard. It's as well Dutch, a Dutch-based word from security, from guarding. So, but vanguard, it means something like avant-garde or like fancy. No, I don't know what it means. Uh huh. So she was in the vanguard of the struggle against sex discrimination. So yeah, avant-garde, vanguard, avant-garde, 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 vanguard. And this is how like the it's like now in French we say like, je t'ai like, I liked you. We use an English word, and so they use a French word, and it became an English word, vanguard, in the vanguard of the Western occultism. So in the avant-garde of the Western occultism, this is perhaps what they heard in the high aristocracy, la haute, we say in French, la haute bourgeoisie, we say in France, the high bourgeoisie, bourgeois, French again. Um, so in the vanguard, avant-garde. So in French, it means like before something that's guarded as well. So it means that it's before the security layer. And the security layer might be the secrecy layer, because like security, the police, the secret services are used to hide um, the occult. So what's hidden, what's occulted, what's hidden. So the crimes from the Illuminati. And by crimes, we have as well the art of lying, the lies of deceiving,
and keeping a part of the truth of the knowledge hidden from the rest of humanity is as well how you are your avant-garde. Because like when you are avant-garde, it's a way to say that you're operating from a an ethical point, context, environment that is not known yet, right? You become before. You're before what's supposed to come. So the vanguard means as well this is like you're in the known somehow. That could be a way to say that something is innovative, but innovative in a way that is coming from a place where we know more and where or from someone who is in the occult and so that has therefore accesses, like it can be a way to smuggle information when you know the origin of the information, like what could hide behind the meaning, the superficial meaning, like the first reference point. This is why it's important to go in depth in what you know, what you learn. It's like interpretation, like certain interpretation has been shamed. There's a marketing, um, casual culture in which it's like, conspirational theories, don't go there. It's for the paranoids. Uh, Paranoia crazy, you know. You're gonna go crazy if you go there. No, you're gonna actually like find the crazy. It's gonna be crazy, sure, but you're gonna find perhaps stability, some type of stability, in the end of the day. But it's dangerous as well to solely rely on information where you don't know what's behind. Like because then you're like, woo. If you fall, then it's like you fall off the cliff. If we don't tell you that you need a parachute to go there, which is some type of knowledge, you understand the image. It's like you need to understand the environment as well. It's like this is what. Okay, going a little far again. So she was in a satanic family. She was feeling bad, depressive, going through upside down emotionally to the point of wanting to end her life before the age of 15. And yet she's been taken as a reference point. So Alice A. Bailey. So she is born in 1880, and she died at the end of the Second World War. Uh, and she was a Batman, Batman, and La Trobe. It's French words. It's French looking. Um, yeah, it's French looking last name. So she had a mixed French La Trobe. Oh, it's a bit German as well. Trobe, Trube, Juice, La Trobe, Batman, Batman, Batman. So Wayne, Batman. So perhaps Batman is a reference to her as well. Okay. So she was marked by a morbid introspection and two suicide attempts by the end of
15, of the age of 15. So she uh, was looking at death um, right in the eyes. Basically, she saw herself through death, an interpretation of death already, or she was reasoning, introspection, looking into herself through the length of death, of how to kill herself, or most probably why she should die, or what her death means to her, or I don't know. I had that as well at the time, but it was much more because I was sad, and I was saying sometimes, I did sometimes I was like, like you don't really think about it, but it's like you don't really take this seriously. But I was like, at least if I die, they would see my value, they would see my worth by the act of removing myself. Smart, huh? So because I felt that it wasn't fair, the way I was treated sometimes, and so I was like thinking, I was thinking that if I was not present anymore, they would get off my back with their bullshit, and because for me it didn't make sense, it wasn't fair, and that was satanic, but yeah, whatever. I didn't know, and I was like, if I die, they would feel the suffering, and they would miss me, and they would realize their mistake. That was the reasoning, and they wouldn't treat me that way. Therefore, but then it's like, how wouldn't do it? Like it's an inefficient strategy to prove your point. Um, this is how like society as well is the calling is a can be seen as a scream for please take care of me. I'm feeling in pain. That's a take care of me calling. I'm distressed. I don't know how to express it anymore. So I am taking my own life. I am deciding to take my own life because I need support. I need you to see my value. I am worth living on. Am I worth living or not? Please prove it to me. This is what it means. Do I have anyone caring enough for me or not? Question mark. Do you care enough to value my own life over my death? And that's a bit hardcore when you're a Satanist belonging to a death cult, because it's like, I love you so much that I want you dead. Actually, I don't love you because I hate you, because this is the way we love. Don't you understand it? Okay. This period of personal suffering before age 15 appears to have been a formative crucible. It trained her. The and it uh, pushed her into um, studying religion. So finding um, spiritual information.
where she probably met some dark stuff. She was probably uh, fed with dark religious information. She was trained, formatted, formative information, Anglicism, conservative. So she went probably through some mind programming shit, which were, it sounds like it was Protestantism, Anglican, so Protestantism. Uh, and Stuart. Why do I have Stuart in mind? Protestantism. And so she became perhaps a fervent uh, and rigid follower of God, of the words of God, of the words of the Most High. So crucible can mean a vessel of a very refractory material for melting and calcining a substance, a severe test, or a situation in which great changes takes place. Take place. So a catalyst. This means a catalyst, a crucible, pot, creuser, épreuve. This is as well a French word, crucial. So a transformative thing, like a something that really like from extremes shaped. This is what I understand. It's like challenges, trial by fire type of stuff. So you find the faith of God while facing death itself. Trauma bond. Bond. And I watched out as well with this because I was aware of MK Ultra and MK Search and all this type of mind programming shit. And I was like, okay, Arno, don't fall for it. Don't fall into the pre-made rabbit hole that has been organized for you. It's like, do I have the choice in there or not? This is a good question. So for now, I am following the trail that seems the most rational and with the most evidence. I have put lots of thoughts and I have seen a lot, most than most, more than most. So this means something, right? And questioning, doubting is the art of questioning as well. So questioning brings you back to a motion of re-evaluation. It's like as well it might call upon some new answers. It might say, I need more information, I need to see more, I need to know more, I need to have this special type of knowledge reinforced. So the doubt is as well a way to say, please give me some answers. And when I was saying this, because I was thinking about yeah, whatever. I have enough information for being on stable grounds towards my how I define myself.
right now. I was reminding of stuff so like then like airplane, and then I remember like the way they've been showing me shooting stars, the celestials. And they made me doubt so much about it, and like now they triggered as well again some doubt about it. So provide the doubt, so then another layer of reinforcement of the reality as it is would be provided. It's like manufactured reinforcement. What happened is, yeah, okay, I need to focus. I want to focus. It's been like 1 hour 45. I guess this is still interesting what I'm saying. Yet my main objective is to provide you the information that I said I would provide to you, right? I'm still providing to you, and I am overflowing with information, abundance. I'm providing abundance of knowledge to you right now. So I guess that this is worth it, and that this is better than just reading the article yourself, which is quicker. But I hope that it's worth it to watch me for so long, providing you so much information. I mean, this is worth it 100% because billions are spent on giving access to people to see through my eyes, you know? So it means that this video is incredibly expensive, given that I say stuff, right? It makes it directly of high value. So I guess that you should be happy to find it and to watch it right now. So, um, the biographical narrative presented by the trust and in her own autobiography consistently frames her ordeal as a necessary preparation for her life's work, a transformative process that took her from a rabid Orthodox Christian worker as a well-known occult teacher. So rabid Orthodox Christian worker, Protestantism, Orthodox. It sounds like Jew, but Christian. What? It's like Orthodox Protestantism and Christianism. Okay, so what I read here is that she studied several religions, and from there she met some more information while she felt unstable and in anger. So she basically uh, studied religion through the scope of death and anger, which laid grounds for her to become a well-known occult teacher. La Trobe and Batman being two um, um, high Satanists, therefore Illuminati last name. 100%. Otherwise, she wouldn't have gone through that much violence, and from being suicidal, becoming religious, and a well-known occult teacher.
So this framing aligns with the wounded healer archetype, a recurring motif in spiritual history, where personal trial is presented as the source of wisdom and the legitimization for receiving new revelation. So this is bullshit. This is just 100% bullshit. It comes from me. So here, like, it just put like some more doubts, into your mind. Here the breach would be that, like, subconsciously, would be that I am becoming the instrument of Satan because I am meeting religious information as well. I am cultivating myself as well through this death trial where I felt I have been suicidal. And through this, I am becoming a well known occult teacher. So, this is what subconsciously you can process as type of information, and this is what they want to take advantage from, to then be able to flip the narrative to their advantage, and still take advantage of you in the process of wanting to still control you and keep you for themselves. Okay. So the wounded healer. This is an archetype that has been developed by, what's his name? He was occult oriented 100%. What his name? A psychiatrist or a psychologist, a famous one. The wounded healer. The wounded healer. It's wounded healer Carl Jung. I suspect he was 100% a narcissist. What? Um, he's gone through shit. He tortured himself to go through mental sickness, basically, and come back from it himself. So it was more or less. So it was. The wounded healer is the archetype of the person who he's going through shit and know the path how to, I guess, know the path to come back from it, from the darkness to the light, and is therefore providing it to you, which is just 101 shamanism. So that's just the Western way of taking ancient um, spiritual knowledge. So yeah, you've been bashed by life, personal trials, and you become resurrected, the phoenix, Jesus resurrected. You've gone, a part of yourself died for the rebirth of another. That's also an alchemical process of purification. Um, you die through the process of the fire of whatever, fire of knowledge, fire of acknowledgement, perhaps to some extent, and you are reborn from this acknowledgement. So the source are the source of wisdom and legitimation for receiving new revelation. This framing aligns with the wounded healer
archetype, a recurring motif in spiritual history where personal trial is presented as a source of wisdom and the legitimization for receiving new revelation. So I have been through this process quite a bit, and they are just like framing it back in this article. So this is interesting to me, the information right now, right? But she is not me, right? She has never been. This is romanticization of her own path, framed through my length of understanding as well, which is helpful to some extent because I can see through the bullshit, right? Because it's taking from information that I am supposed to master more than other referential. No, like you can provide the information in one way or another. You can modulate the way you are explaining things. You can modulate the way you are providing the information according to what the audience, what the person in front of you knows. You're not gonna present information of your expertise in the same way to an expert of your own field than an expert of a neighbor field than your 5-year-old child. You're not gonna explain what you know perfectly and accurately in details to one person, from one person to another. You're gonna adapt your discourse, and you're gonna deliver the information in a way that the person can understand. If you know the referentials, you can deliver some hidden messages as well by using some referential that they know, right? So it's another way. That's how you communicate as well. It's not all about you, it's as well about the person that's in front of you. But for now, for me, like my aim is to deliver you the information in the simplest manner ever. This is how I make sure that you can understand what I am saying. I do my best to articulate the knowledge in a manner that you can follow. This is how I bridge this gap. Like you can be expert or you can be a newcomer. You still need the information and enough context to understand the information and what I'm saying. Uh, okay. So then, two mystical experiences were paramount to uh, Alice Ann Latrobe Batman, becoming later Alice A. Bailey. Was she? Oh, she got married. It's not a nickname because she met Foster Bailey. Let's see. Perhaps it's a nickname. So two mystical experiences were paramount. The first in June 1895, where she was 15, 14 or 15, was a visitation from a tall, turbane man she initially believed to be Jesus. I talked about Jesus. How a coincidence. How coincidental. This figure, whom she later identified as the theosophical master Kuthumi, informed her that she had important work to do, but first needed to achieve self-control. And this is total bullshit. Once again, I have been lecturing them. Like you can read it normally. Like I have been lecturing them into in being more self-aware, more in control of themselves before trying to control anyone else external to themselves.
So this is what I'm saying. This is total bullshit. This type of things, like they are trying just to modulate the information so that I wouldn't know the truth, so that I would just base my interpretation on something that is fictional, something that is not what it's supposed to be, so that I wouldn't meet the information at all and be able to read through their shit. Basically. So I'm still delivering some type of information that is crucial for you to know, right? So sometimes it's less about the content of the article, but more about what I'm saying. It's a build up. And I will trust that. So Jesus, she met Jesus. She believed it was Jesus. This is bullshit. Master Kuthumi. I don't know who that person is. I'm gonna do a quick search here. Kuthumi. Now there is a link. Selon la société théosophique, un maître de sagesse, Mahatma, originaire du Cachemire en Inde. Selon René Guénon, la question de Mahatma Gandhi. It means tall, soul. Par exemple, une invention pure et simple, mais c'est spirituel auquel il s'est cédé. Moi, c'est une influence réelle. Dernièrement, Kutsumi a été assisté à des formes de Reiki, influencées par les idées et les pratiques de la société théosophique. Peut-être qu'on m'éclaircit par tout ce qu'on a. Okay, so this text has been as well been modified for me to meet it. So you have there is no religion higher than truth, theosophy. And I feel that I am being framed again. Oh la 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 la. Theosophy, the religious movement established in the United States in the late 19th century, founded primarily by the Russian Helena Blavatsky and based largely on her writing. It draws heavily from both older European philosophies such as Neoplatonism. Okay, so this is again bullshit. Those people are tiring. Indian religions such as Hinduism and Buddhism, although my adherents maintain that theosophy is not a religion, it is variably categorized by religious scholars as both a new religious movement and a form of occultism from within Western esotericism. So I don't know where to stand. I don't know if it is all manufactured or if I have been pushed toward this place to find this type of information right now. Isis and the secret doctrine. Established in New York City in 1875 with the founding of this Theosophical Society by Blavatsky and Americans Henry Olcott and William Can Judge. At some point, I'm just gonna be like, fuck it, fuck what you've done, what has been going on. I don't care about what has been going on. I don't need it. I'm just gonna burn everything to the ground and we're gonna start anew. Because obviously everything is rotted, and if I can't meet the information,
then I'm going to burn everything to the ground and I don't care about your legacy. I'm just going to fuck it over and that's going to be done. You don't want me to meet the information? Then the information disappears. Up. I don't need to have any other additional referential since you mean since you made of me the referential of everything. What do you think about that? So perhaps this is why it took me so long to just come to that point of delivering you the information about the article so that everything could be modulated in a well corrupted manner all around. I guess I'm meeting rightful information to some extent, yet having all the information that is manufactured all around me just, I don't know, just kill all the people doing this type of shit. It's like it's so unnecessary. It's a waste of energy. It's just getting out of the way of the evolution of absolutely everyone on this planet. And if this planet cannot be saved swiftly, then if the humanity cannot be saved swiftly, then it's better just to kill it. This is my property. If this species cannot evolve, then it's better to start over. So just think, you know, I don't care if you want to sacrifice humanity or not. This is not because you want something that I'm not going to want the same thing. I am not dependent on you in any way. It's not because you don't want something that I'm not going to do it. It's not because you want something that I'm not going to do it. It's not because you don't want something that I'm going to do it. And it's not because you don't want something that I'm going to do it. Your referential, who you are, is not relevant to my experience. And it will never be. You try to do everything you can so that it is, but in the end of the day, you will disappear from my experience. And if you're still here, it is because you are of use to me and not the other way around. If you can control things that is happening to my reality, it means that it is a service of me, of my highest power. So don't get it twisted. I am not of service of you. I will never be. Know that. Okay, let's continue. It's like, who do you think they are? This event established the foundational premise of her future role as a conduit of higher wisdom. So it's not a conduit of higher wisdom because she just been considered the instrument of Satan. After a period of evangelical work with the YMCA in India, an unhappy marriage to an Episcopalian priest, Walter Evans, and a subsequent period of poverty in America while supporting her 3 children, she underwent a profound spiritual crisis that led her away from Orthodox Christianity. The second and defining mystical event occurred in 1919 when she claimed to have been contacted by another master, Jual Kul, known as the Tibetan, despite her initial reluctance, reportedly stating, "I'm not a darn psychic," she agreed to act as an amanuensis, telepathically receiving and transcribing his teaching.
So channeling stuff that aren't coming from her. This collaboration produced 24 books from that form 24 books that form the core curriculum of the Lucis Trust. The nature of this channeling evolved over time, beginning as direct dictation and later shifting through a process she described as mental juxtapositions, where the Tibetan would impress a thought upon her mind, which she would then express in her own word. So again, the same thing that comes, the same motif that comes, as in making a parallel between her and me. I guess they must be wanking themselves right now for getting artificially on my nerves. Losers. What a bunch of losers. So here we have an X again, Protestant, the Episcopal Church, Anglican. So this is what I was saying before: Protestantism, governance, unitary, Reverend Lester Mackenzie, Chief of Mission. Mackenzie have been cited to me quite a bit. I have seen Mackenzie several times. Okay. So the headquarters are in New York. Okay, there is a website. So these, for instance, it seems to be like much more like relevant. And this type of information I am happier to meet. Social gospel, death penalty, LGBT. The church calls for the full legal equality of LGBT people. It has opposed the death penalty and supported the civil rights movement. Resolution allowing the blessing of same-sex marriages and approved to the churches to such a union. Okay, so this satanic part is, oh, it looks like Notre Dame. And I've seen a group of 4 gays in Paris in front of Notre Dame. So I am on the right track. Not calculated anymore at all. The church was organized after the American Revolution, and when it separated from the Church of England, whose clergy are required to swear allegiance to the British monarch as supreme governor of the Church of England. So the British monarch is as well, okay, so Rothschild and El Conquistador, Normand, okay, X, uh-huh. Interesting. Dieu est mon droit. God and my right. Okay. Satanic left, the right is the right hand. Okay, so interesting. So she was with an unhappy marriage with Walter Evans.
Mhm. What? He was 23 years younger than her. Wait a minute, is it the right one? Mm, okay, so perhaps it's not the right one. If it is, it means that the information is not. It's not the right one. Ah, seriously? Mm-hmm. I cannot. Um, Walter. Is it Walter or Walter? And I was in front of Walker. I was about to say this tool of Google is cool, but like they induced me in error right there with the wrong research. Walter, like Walter. Uh, uh, this name. Anthropologist and writer, pioneer in Tibetan studies. Buddhism, sorry. So Blavatsky, he studies the work of Blavatsky as well. Studied at Stanford. Then he studies Celtic mythology and folklore in Oxford. Okay, so unhappy marriage with the Tibetan Book of the Dead. I was thinking about the autobiography of a yogi that Steve Jobs has been offering when he died earlier today. So, and I thought that I need to read about this article of the Vesak festival, which are Buddhist festivals, because Buddhism is a religion that is at the center as well of the Feast of the Beast year to bring hell on earth. So on earth, yeah. From what it just felt weird when I said the word, and so I repeated it to know if I was saying the word right. So on earth, to bring hell on earth, or terror on earth. Perhaps it could be like a smoke screen as well to bring more control, like mind control, or I don't know. That could be as well. It's a theory. It's a theory. It's an interpretation. It's a possibility. You know, because normally it's supposed to serve it's supposed to be a tool of power. I suspect that power is the main motivator. Is the main motivator, and so okay, so they are both linked to Buddhism, and she was married to this dude. Walter Evans, and so it means, because she was considered the instrument of Satan, that Buddhism is something that is in the middle of this massive conspiracy. And I considered myself closer to Buddhism at some point as well, because I thought this was a the most pacifist religion of them all. And then I read this and I'm like, fuck, this is shit. And then I was thinking like, Tibet. Tibet is such a, like it's the victim country from China. But then it's like, really? Is it? And I think that I have been like the United Nations, attracted toward the heart of the shit. I have been drawn closer to the shit, like a fly. I'm sorry. It's been 2 hours 21, I guess. So then YMCA in India. I'm taking a look. Young Men Christian Association. Oh my God, this that's Protestantism, linked to Protestantism, London, Geneva, Switzerland, Red Cross. There is an antenna in Boston. Boston is cited quite a bit. Oh, this looks bad. Oh my God, this looks horrific. 48 languages. It was apparently founded the 6th of June, so 6 1944, 1844. So it's like 8, 9, 6, 6, 12, 3, 8 plus 3 equal 11. Okay, and it's been founded apparently 191, 90, 90, 81 years ago. It's a youth organization practice by developing Christian values into practice by developing a healthy body, mind, and spirit. So this is taken from me, healthy body, mind, and spirit, because I have been influenced heavily by the Greek philosophy, as I have been exposing earlier in the article, main article from which main article that is written right now, the stage 2 of the global war, celestial war. I don't know how I called it again. Hard pill to swallow, hardcore pill to swallow for them. Industrial revolution again. Many revolutions through the history of time. Huh? Peace Prize. So this is terrible. This is an inverse triangle. So naked dudes in shorties doing young doing boxing, self-defense.
So this is 100% pedophilia related. They are programming youngsters to their to whatever they are doing. It's an upside down triangle with the same proportion as the Illuminati one. What is that? Mexican Revolution. Empire State Building. What the fuck? The UN Partition Plan? What is that? United Nations Partition Plan for Palestine was a proposal by the United Nations to partition mandatory Palestine at the end of the British Mandate, drafted by the UN Special Committee on Palestine, UNSCOP, on 3rd September 1947. In 1947, the YMCA was the venue of the UNSCOP talks leading up to the UN participation plan. Partition plan. Okay. At the end of April 1948, the building was taken over by the International Red Cross, which used it to shelter around 80 refugees. 2 months later, it was used by the United Nations Mediation Committee, headed by Count Bernadotte, and then was taken over by the US Consulate. In 1949, the building was returned to YMCA. In Israel. In Israel. Okay. So I will put this in comment. So you see that something is up. 100%. I don't know what's up there in this building of the YMCA, but it's nothing good. Nothing good. World Alliance of YMCAs. And there is a Freemason book, John 1521. Africa, America, Asia, Europa, Oceania. Yeah. YMCA vision. So there are some world conferences. The first world conference of YMCA was in Paris in the Second French Empire. It was the government of France from 1852 to 1870. It was established on the 2nd of December 1852 by Louis Napoleon Bonaparte, President of France under the French Second Republic, who proclaimed himself Emperor of the French.
And when I was at the phone with my mom at some point, I saw something. I talked about Bonaparte, something like this, Bonifacio, because I saw something in Corsica, in Corse, related to Bonaparte. And then I was asking her, "Do are we related?" She was like, "No, no." So perhaps we are related actually. So okay, YMCA started in France, Paris, under Napoleon, under Bonaparte, who was an emperor. Then the Second World Conference was 3 years later in Geneva, Switzerland. Then 4 years later in London. Then the fourth one was in Elberfeld in Prussia, in the Kingdom of Prussia, who has a cane and a sword. That was before Germany, and the Kingdom of Prussia existed. Prussia existed from 1701 to 1918. So before the First World War, basically. Elberfeld, a municipal subdivision of the German city of Wuppertal. It was an independent town until 1921, whatever that means. An independent town until that was a country in itself. Huh. It was an independent town. Then Paris again, 2 years later. Then 5 years later, it was in the Netherlands, Amsterdam. And the city of Amsterdam is in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hexa, septa, octa. It looks like there is a shape, an octagonal shape that is guiding the streets grid system. Then in London, then in Berlin, Stockholm, Amsterdam, London, Basel, Christiana, Paris again, Eberfeld again, Edinburgh, Helsinki, Cleveland, Mysore, Paris, Kassel, Geneva, Gothenburg, Shizuoka, Japan, Nottingham, Kampala, Buenos Aires. That was in the 70s. Uganda, Kampala. Mysore, it was in India. German Empire. Second Reich. So the Wikipedia has like divergent information about Germany. It says that it was the Kingdom of Prussia, was a German state. Hmm. From so in Mysore, British Raj, Rai. I don't know how do you say it in with the right pronunciation. So it was from the 20. It was 21 world conferences
Then from the 1st until the 21st, it was called World Council. And we love council. We love that word. Sorry. And it's gonna be in Toronto in 2026, so next year. And at 21st, it shifted to something new. So it didn't reach the 22. At 21, 3, it shifted to a World Council. So I guess that something new is supposed to shift now, and that uh, this is a bit like, like it's a bit like to fuck me up. It could be that from the it's never been like this, that at the 21st conference it was not called World Conference, and that it was not called World Council either. It's possible. Perhaps it was, I don't know, because those people are all um Satanists to some extent, so it's about the lying. So they wouldn't have, like, if they say we change the naming, they change the naming. They're not really like binding them all together. Yeah, so it's like they're all working to shape everything around um, what's happening with me. So yeah, so the council 13 of the ruling what? The council of 13 ruling bloodlines. The council of 9, the council of 7, the council of 3, Illuminati, 3 bloodlines that are the main bloodlines. Then there is a council of 2, the 2 main bloodlines, which are the Merovingians and the second bloodlines as well. And so the red bloodline and the blue bloodline. So those are the 2 mains. And then I suspect that there is the underlying ruling, which is the revelry, royalty. We like to slip slong. We like it when it's devious, to hide stuff. So yeah, earlier I was thinking that I should read about the festivals, the Vesak festivals, because autobiography of a yogi. It's a book that has been offered by it's not, how is it, Steve Jobs, the almighty Steve Jobs, at his death, at his so it's an important piece for the agenda, the current agenda from the Satanists, therefore. And it's and the preface has apparently wrote the preface to Paramahansa Yogananda, famous spiritual book. So yeah, so the first husband of the tool of Satan instrument of Satan. Um, Mrs. Alice, Alice in Wonderland, Mrs. Alice is has been writing the preface of this autobiography of a yogi. So this means that this is relevant information to read. Okay. And this is part of the satanic shit. Okay. And now I see Frédéric Poulain again. Okay. So he's taking part of it to some extent. I don't know how, I don't know why. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm not gonna dig further. I'm just gonna read. Oops, I'm just gonna read. I'm just getting agitated because I want to pee. Okay, so I put on hold and I'm gonna pee. Okay, so that should actually be a live session, a live reading with which I could be interacting with you. But for them it's a bit too dangerous because I am too talented. So whatever. I'm just gonna snap it forward because let's try to do this in under 3 hours. So Foster Bailey, the Masonic and Theosophical architect. While Alice Bailey was the visionary architect, because I said that I was a grand architect. So while Alice Bailey was the visionary, her second husband, Foster Bailey, the visionary, because I am a visionary person. And I'm not even sure that she's been writing the 24 books. It's possible that she channeled, 3 books, and then they created of the 21 other books, 20, and then they said that it was all hers, all her doing the shit. Or it's possible that she's done absolutely nothing and that she was just busy doing magic at night, and that they put people to write all the 24 books, and then that they signed it under her name. It's possible as well. It's like they love to lie. And it's like it's possible that she was not gifted of any talent at all, but just being a butcher, just being able to kill people in the most disastrous manner ever, and that they built all this fucking thing and myth around her. It's possible because this is what they do apparently. Like the more disaster, the better. So the more killing, the better. So it's possible that her unhappy marriage, her satanic marriage with the shit guy of before, was just someone who raped her 3 children while she was selling her 3 children to Satan and to more shit, so that and traumatizing them and shit and shit and yeah, it's possible that then they just rewrite everything according to what's the most trend thing of the moment, so that she would appear as being the most brilliant thing that has ever existed in the recent history of Satanism, so that they would be considered as a powerful organization, like just writing things in a certain way. It's possible. I would say that this is what's happening, because they've been manufacturing apparently some monopoly of over some industries to some people who didn't know anything else but violence. So that would actually be look like the same, like would be that would what did I want to say? That would feel like it's actually what's happening here, you know? It's like for me, you have recordings, you know what's up with me. You have like you can trust that. With her, it's like it's in the past. So you can do whatever you've seen like how corrupted the thing is. Like the this article already is. It's like it's given by Gemini, Google. It's like there is lots of publicity that can be done when it's good. There is as well lots of bad publicity that can be done when it's good. It's like they are already like it's like Google. They are already like a monopoly, some type of monopoly, right? Some type of monopoly. So, it's like, do you think that you would trust them? It's like they're a tool. Do you want to use what they have to offer? Like, do you want to read lies, manufacture lies? It's like it's better to just listen to me, right? It's like if everything is rotating around me, it's better just to listen to what I have to say to you. Or and then they don't want me to have any form of power. It's like just fucking think. Anyway, when you're not a good tactical individual, it's like this is what's happening when untalented people are put in position of power and leadership. This is what's happening. When you only know the killing, you ask everyone to destroy and kill everything. And this is your sole purpose. This is the only thing that you want: torture, pain, killing. And more pain and more torture and more death. This is the only thing you want. Then all the skills, all the thing around it, it doesn't matter, because everyone is gonna lie to make it so that you look good. But in the end of the day, if you don't have the skill sets to endorse your freaking leadership and supposed power, then when you are challenged by someone of excellence like me, it just slap everything down. And all the people in the back with all the talents that you have been trying to suppress, they are just there just to back the thing up. While you're just surrounded by shitheads. So, what do you think is going to happen from here on? It's like it's like even on a freaking logical human level, they are just out of the game. So then you add like all the freaking like stuff that we don't even know about. I'm losing my words. Scott, how do you want to survive this? It's like they really think that they are above anything else. They really, really think that they are the most important, that they are the most deserving, that this is their ruling above anything else. They really think it. They really think that this is it. They really think that they get it. They think that they got it. And then you have this happening, which is like just on absolutely every level, it's just proving them wrong. It's just proving that they are just. And then you still have to pull up with that shit. Come on. It's like, just drop it. It's like, you're just facing your inability. It's like it's dead right in front of your eyes. But I would love to manifest a reality where you can deal with sickness, with sick people, with uh, pathological killers, and just be like, no, don't do this because I'm telling you that there is another way for you. I have been doing this in this way, with this argument, and this argument, and this there, and this there, and this there, and this that. And then putting all back together and deconstruct again and be like, da 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 da. But it's not been working. So I belong to the trash order of failing murderers. So consider me a failing serial killer right now. The poisonous thinker has failed. I am Illuminati. This is what I am born to do. I failed. I belong to the poop trash order of failing murderers. And here it is. I have failed to bring those fuckers in order. So they have to die. This is what we do, right? Or so his background as the National Secretary of Theosophical Society, of the Theosophical Society, so the School of Truth, apparently, the School of Truth. Now, after all this lying, if you lie, blah blah blah, now it's like the Theosophical Society, the Church of Truth is the one that is above it all. What a plot twist. Huh? Oh, and did I say anything about truth being the source of power? Oh, this is quite the thing, huh? So all those lies, all this life, all this torturing all those families from royal bloodlines into lying all the time to arrive to stating that the tool, the instrument of Satan itself, has been about the truth of church for all this time, has been backing the 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 school of truth for all this time. Damn, this is this is revolting. Huh? This is revolting. So his background as the National Secretary of the Theosophical Society provided him with the administrative experience and network required to launch and manage a new spiritual organization. He brought a pragmatic organizational capability that complemented Alice's charismatic, revelatory role. Okay. Crucially, Foster Ballet was also a 32nd and later 33rd degree Freemason. Rosicrucian. Wow. So this connection was not merely incidental. It infused the nascent organization with the principle common to Masonic tradition. Concepts such as the methodical building of moral character, the importance of service to humanity, and the use of structured initiatory pathways to knowledge are all strongly reflected in the Lucis Trust teaching on initiation and its emphasis on world service. Oh la la, looks very good, huh? They're gonna save you, huh? Because with the truth, they're gonna they're gonna build moral character, and they're gonna be of service to humanity, huh? Not blocking, not killing anyone at night. Oh, and then they're gonna use structure and a very good uh, pathway to knowledge with lots of knowledge that's gonna be good to you, uh, 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 which is then at the foundation of Lucy's trust. Oh, wow. This looks serious because uh, in Gaza there is no problem. Oh, and in Ukraine there is absolutely no service to humanity. Oh la la! And oh, the the people that can be uh, moral role model at the top of everything, the unforeseen uh, uh, to have uh, more people dying in with Israel wars uh, and and uh, and Russia invading Ukraine. It's all very structured. I just thought that uh, celestial people should be defending with more strength Ukraine to prove of big structure, big planning, big we know what we do to have more soldier invading Ukraine uh, today or yesterday. Very structured, super structured, so structured that super independent of anyone saying anything about them. Huh? Super strong, super service of humanity, and oh, so moral, so moral. You cannot imagine. So moral. Come on. Let's continue the reading. The Spirit of Masonry, which was published by the Lucis Trust, indicating a clear ideological alignment. She was suicidal at age 15, so charismatic. She was so charismatic that people saved her. She was so charismatic that her suicidal thoughts attracted some masters from India and attracted some master from Tibet. Wow. So the success of the Lucis Trust can thus be understood as a product of the symbiotic parasite symbiotic partnership. Alice, because I said that they were parasites, and then all of a sudden there are symbiotic relationships. Alice provided the voluminous, channeled spiritual content, while Foster provided the structural framework. And yes, he channeled stuff like I do. Alice, Alice, if you would have known me, perhaps you would have killed less people. I was not there to save you. I'm so sorry. He translated her esoteric cosmology into a if you would have known me, you would have known that you should have taken more of those relaxing pills earlier, and we wouldn't be here now. Alice, but I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased that you've done your work. That you've done your work. You lived, you're dead, fortunately. The success, yeah, Alice provided voluminous, channeled spiritual content. So he translated her esoteric cosmology into a durable international nonprofit corporation complete with a publishing house, a global correspondence school, global, and organized service activities. Wow, she was the head, she was the body. This fusion of charismatic authority with rational bureaucratic organization represents a classic sociological model for the institutionalization of new religious movements. Anthropologically, that makes sense. This has always been like this. We can analyze it in such a brilliant, okay? Because I said institutionalization. You should believe it. It ensured that Alice's stitching would not remain a disorganized collection of writings, but would become the foundation of a lasting global enterprise. What would she has done? Would she have done if he was not here? Because if you're only a head, intelligent lost head in the spiritual worlds of Satan, knowing absolutely everything, channeling the world of the divine. How can you be grounded enough to channel it into a successful religious enterprise that will last for eternity? How? Them too, even if she was a little chaotic in her channeling of so much information. Them too, they were here for building an eternal form of empire, the instrument of Satan itself. However, this very connection to Freemasonry would later become a key piece of evidence for critics who linked the trust to broader conspiracy theories involving secret societies and a new world order. Ta-da! 3 hours later, we are there. Yay. Mind control does not exist. So, the schism with theosophy. The Lucis Trust was born from a schism, with its parent organization, the Theosophical Society. Not so much about truth anymore, actually. I was wrong once again. Shit. Am I a failure because I am Illuminati? Perhaps. I think I should leave this organization. Looks like shit. After being introduced to theosophy in California, Alice Belay quickly rose to prominence within the American section, becoming editor of its periodical, The Messenger. However, friction soon developed. The Belays led to a back to Blavatsky movement, suggesting a conflict with the then current leadership and a desire to return to the purity of the founders' original teachings. Isn't it what I've been saying? Huh? It's like it's what I was saying. It's like, do I want to read my story in another version once again? It's like, oh, I'm gonna read or watch something. Oh, this is my life in another way. Okay, all right. Oh, and this is there my life in another way again. Okay, and my life in another. Okay, but then, blocking my stats is absolutely what needs to be done, so that I wouldn't have any form of power, right? This sounds like the thing, or what do you think? Or wait, or would it be removing what we thought was torturing them, uh, um, publishing their what they think and what they see all the time. Should we shut it off because it's torturing? No, it's giving them power. No, 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 no. It's not giving them power. It's torturing them. We're gonna kill them. I want to kill them. I am first. So, the core of the conflict was multifaceted. Alice's Alice's claim to be receiving new ongoing revelation. So rebel. Uh, New ongoing revelations from a master directly challenge the established authority structure of the Theosophical Society, which has largely canonized the works of its founder, H.P. Blavatsky. So apparently, Blavatsky created the Theosophical Church. Then they've been deriving into something else, and then they were like, "Oh no, let's go back to her original teachings." Which is what I have been saying about the Satanism. I have been saying that there are fake Satanists because Satan is a rebel, Lucifer is a rebel, and at the same time, Lucifer is Lucifer is a rebel, challenging God. Right. Um, I didn't see that one. Wow. Okay. So Lucifer is a rebel, and and was just accusing and tempting evil into being more evil to cast it away to hell. So uh, the revolt being devious to bring the unworthy to hell, and um, yeah, just challenging their spirits and their desire to making pact with them, while being dodgy with the words, with the wording, and omitting things so that they would fall for it, and or not fall for it and meet their own purgation, their reveal themselves as being worthy of hell or heaven, you know, or remaining on earth, I imagine. So, and now I am Lucifer. Would you tell me that I'm Lucifer? The original one. Ah. Yeah, and it's fair enough, right? All they've been doing is just like spreading death everywhere and being centered around death. So, for an established spiritual organization, New Living Channel of Revelation presents an existential dilemma. To accept the new teachings is to subordinate its own authority, while to reject them risk accusation of dogmatism. Oh, so here it's like it's a bit like, okay, it's perhaps the dilemma that people have been going through. So for an established spiritual organization, so aka the Illuminati, a new living channel of revelation presents an existential dilemma. So you've seen another video that I'm talking about existentialism, and I've been in my writing talking about like existentialist intelligence, which is moral intelligence in the end of the day, the preservation of one species, so Vishnu framework, self-preservation, as a tool of guidance for morality. And that can be twisted. If you need to kill everyone to survive you, then where is the moral code? Is it to kill everyone at all costs, or to kill yourself so that everyone else survives? Um, to accept this, I channeled it. So smart. Yay. I didn't see that one coming. Fuck. To accept so an existential dilemma. To accept the new teaching is to subordinate its own authority. So the organization has less power because it would be then dependent on the new teachings, and not incorporating this new revelation would imply that they are being rigid in some shape of or form, being accused, being satanized of being too rigid, too traditional, too conservative. Lol. Okay. Bellay's on criticism of what she termed theosophical jealousy and reactionary attitude, and the society's alleged domination by its esoteric section exacerbated the tensions. Bellay's on criticism of what she termed theosophical jealousy and reactionary attitude, and the society's alleged domination by its esoteric section exacerbated the tensions. So she said that they were jealous, jealous, and reactive towards her writing. I assume in the story that he's fabricated and told to us right now. So this plus the fact that the so said domination of the esoteric section. What is that? Esoteric section. Oh, it's esoteric section. It seems important. Esoteric section. Domination and aid. So them criticizing that they were jealous, basically, and reactive, and combined with the domination of the esoteric section increased the tension. Whatever that means. Perhaps it will, I'm sure it will ring a bell to some people. So the breaking point came when the Theosophical Society's press came when the Theosophical Society's press, after initially publishing the first new chapters, refused to continue printing her first book, Initiation, Human and Solar. This rejection, which Bellay saw as proof of the society's dogmatic turn, culminated in the Bellay's departure or dismissal from her official positions. This separation was the direct departure or dismissal from her official. This separation was the direct impetus for creating their own independent vehicles to disseminate the Tibetans' teachings. They founded the Lucifer Publishing Company and incorporated the Lucis Trust in 1922, followed by the Arcan School in 1923, establishing a new and distinct lineage within the broader esoteric movement. This this is this is a bit 101 what I am seeking to do to some extent. It's like this is Stalk Yourself is some type of ed tech. And I have been thinking as well, I have been delivered with the project of building a new type of visionary publishing company. One that's more participative. I didn't move further in this vision. Um,
but I also get that I'm receiving information from the top, you know, from the beyond, and that it's not only something that is purely human. And if it's human, it's also probably um, some ideas that have been given from to some of the people that are working for me and with me, and that I'm as well working for and at the same time. So this schism was not merely a personality clash, but an almost inevitable structural consequence as a belief system predicated on continuous revelation, a dynamic that has been repeated throughout religious history. Yeah, so here it's basically said that she brought something new to the table of the belief system, and that it brought a not only a personality clash versus them, but and they made me do this because I don't want to do this anymore, because for me this it means like sacrificial shit, like in their system. So I'd rather do this. And so because I want to do something, they are reactive and they want me to do the other thing instead the thing that I don't want, because we're so structured. Me, I'm gonna kill more people like for me. And I want a new company. Look, I'm so looking so smart. Oh la la. Oh, I'm gonna kill more people this way, and so I don't want them to do this. And so if I want to kill more people this way, I need to do this in this manner, and this manner, and so if I kill more people there, then it means that I need to do this and this. But what if I do? What is they say that it's up to me? No, it's up to me. Kill them. Thinking is smart. Intelligent. Okay, so yeah, revealing stuff and changing things. It brings new. It brings clashes apparently, and it's not something new. So this is it. This was the first part. It's 3:22, and I want to stay to keep this there at 44 second. 3:22, 21, 41, 44.